information. Let's go live right now to KWWL reporter Ashley Neighbor. Ashley's been talking with folks at the Abbey Mental Health Center in Cedar Rapids about some special training they have going on right now. Ashley's live for us to tell us more.
Well, that's right, Ron. Now, if you've ever been concerned about a friend, neighbor, or coworker's mental health, but you didn't know how to help, this class is for you. It focuses on helping regular community members identify somebody who's in a crisis or who's suffering and getting them help. Well, more people are getting out on the water for the first time in kayaks, so today beginners got a one-on-one lesson in skills to get them more prepared.
He's live right now in Cedar Rapids with some of the late details.
Well, Ron, it is amazing that that person walked away from the accident with no injuries. 24-year-old Richard Hooray was traveling westbound on 8th Avenue towards me when his driver's side of his car was struck by the train here. Let's go ahead and take my package now. Well, signs of the storm can still be seen throughout town today. Some residents tell me although the brunt of the storm only lasted about 20 minutes, the wind alone was enough to send some to their basements.
The wind just blew and blew and blew. We couldn't see nothing out of the windows. The house was rattling.
Retired farmer Ron Roberts was supposed to go camping today, but Mother Nature had other plans.
This is what we found. A grain bin come from that way, went down across. Must have hit the camper.
Well, I'm out here on Miller Avenue in the southwest side of Cedar Rapids. This stretch of road behind me is the exact spot that Ronda and Casey Ruenger's daughter Sherrena was killed when a truck turned left in front of her motorcycle. Now they have a message for drivers.
Look twice for motorcycles. Someone's whole world is on that bike.
Look twice. A message the Ruenger family has been spreading ever since their daughter's 26-year-old Sherrena was killed in a motorcycle accident due to a lethal left-hand turn.
So her motorcycle struck the front of his SUV, and so she landed actually right here in front of us.
At the time of the accident, all four wheels of his vehicle were in her lane, in the eastbound lane, and she hit head on. And his words were, "I thought I had more time."
Well, finally, the snow arrived. So what people were talking about all day long. Earlier, they saw some rain and a little bit of fog, but finally, those drops turned to flakes. The ground is covered and the trails are open. Sundown Ski Resort making the best out of a fairly dry season.
We have snowmakers that come in at night, and you can see all the snow guns around here. They're going to go crazy in about 24 hours.
The day started off with the basics.
Need to, you can choke up on the paddle. There you go.
There you go. That's a lot easier. Crawdaddy owner Darren Sifkin says proper gear and boat control are important before getting on moving water.
Familiar with a stretch of river and what are the potential hazards out there? Are there dams? Are there trees down?
During the skills portion, I jumped in a kayak myself. They say practicing your balance is one of the most important things before going down the course.
Takes a little bit of skill to do some of the whitewater course. Not a tremendous amount here at Manchester, but it's just a new skill that a lot of people feel uncomfortable doing on their own. Cargill
plans to build their rail yard here in this privately owned property between Otis Road and the fishery, but these residents are proposing the railroad goes here, closer to the plant in an area they call an industrial wasteland. Even if you don't know how to ski or snowboard, they have classes here to help you get down the slopes. And rentals for those without gear. Overall, the mountain faring well, and all 21 trails are open for shredding, with more snow to come.
There's a reason why there aren't any scratch bakeries out there. There's just no money in it.
Owner John Richarik will be the first to tell you he didn't dream of opening a bakery.
Still doesn't really want to own a bakery.
But it's the history that drew him in.
Just check. Seriously.
Recipes and equipment that have survived the decades are keeping the traditions alive.
Making the hoska here now. We make rohlik and babovka and a lot of Czech items.
Traditions now being passed to the next generation.
When I bite into them, I can kind of see the juice stuff, and I know the bird's baked.
The sweet smell of colashes draws a crowd, even from out of state.
My rule when I'm traveling is to never go anywhere that I could go at home. So I'm always drawn to the local coffee shop.
Now that's all being threatened.
I got a letter 4 months ago that said every year for the next 4 years it's going to go up 25%. The premium is going to go up 25%.
While the items are worth saving, savoring, $2 colashes don't bring in the big bucks, so they're looking at other options.
If I had some revenue from the upstairs, we'll be able to make that manage with the exorbitant flood insurance. I can't make it go away, but at least I can find the funds to pay for it.
If you were on Highway 218 or Interstate 80 this morning, you probably noticed a very heavy police presence. It was part of a campaign to remind drivers what to do when they see any cars on the shoulders with flashing lights.
Now that's what you should be doing right there. Getting on the brakes, slowing down a little bit. That blue truck did exactly what we want him to do.
Today's scenario is a tow truck along the shoulder. According to the law, everyone should be slowing down and getting over. For the most part, people got the idea.
We're not issuing a bunch of tickets. Most of the people are getting over pretty well. I like seeing that. Unfortunately, I would say it's not real representative of how it happens to us every day.
However, some failed to either slow down or move over. This car did neither.
Slow down means below the speed limit, and you were at 74, so you're actually 4 over, and you had time to move over. So that's why I'm stopping today, okay?
Whether it's pulling someone over or assisting a stranded motorist, it's a dangerous job. In 2019, 28 tower maintenance vehicles had already been hit, according to HDR, who works with the Iowa DOT.
This is probably the number one thing I worry about dying from, is getting hit on the side of the road, doing my job. I try and impart that wisdom into everybody I deal with on the side of the road and say, listen, this is the most dangerous place you are.
In January, a semi-truck hit a patrol car, nearly striking a state trooper. Now, that car that was pulled over said that they didn't see us along the road or the car with hazards behind us. Trooper Conrad says that can happen when people aren't paying attention. They hope the $195 ticket encourages them to do so. Reporting in Johnson County, Ashley Neighbor, News 7 KWWL. Darren Bogner is coming up on 25 years delivering for USPS. Through sunshine and snowstorms, he's seen it all. Unfortunately, some of it keeps him up at night.
It stays with you for the rest of your career.
It's the unpleasant surprise of a dog attack.
People think that their dog won't bite, but I know from experience that any dog can bite.
Over the years, he's been bitten 3 times, once requiring stitches.
This is actually the place where one of my dog bites happened.
He's always cautious of closed gates and what could be waiting behind them. He's not the only one. Earlier in the morning, carriers gathered.
We want our dog bite to be the last dog bite.
To share their own scares, hoping people put their pups inside during delivery hours.
Of 80,000 deliveries that we do on a regular basis, we're not really sure where the danger is going to be. It's going to be at any house that has a dog or any dog that is running loose.
Dogs have jumped fences to take a bite.
It cleared that fence like it wasn't even there.
Bogner hopes if there's an encounter, they're on a leash with the owner in control.
Your dog may be the nicest dog in the world, but it doesn't know me. And it doesn't know my substitute.
They're asking customers to check the block before letting their dogs out of the house.
Carriers and dogs never meet. There's never a dog bite.